Fairness and frequency. Fairness. If all outcomes are equally likely to occur, then the trial or experiment is considered to be fair or unbiased. A coin is flipped. What percentage of the time would you expect it to land on tails if the coin is unbiased? So if the coin is a fair coin. There should be an equal chance of each outcome occurring if the coin is fair. As there are only two outcomes, heads or tails, a fair or unbiased coin should land on tails around 50% of the time. If the question was given a different way, if a question said that the percentage of time we expect a coin to land on heads is, let's say, 75%, is the coin fair or unfair, is the coin biased or unbiased, then we would presume that the coin was unfair. We would presume that it is biased. But in this example, the coin is fair, so expect it to land on heads 50% of the time and tails 50% of the time. A spinner is made from a pentagon. A pentagon is a 5-sided shape. Its sectors are labelled 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The spinner is spun and the number of the sector it lands on, so 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, is noted after each spin. The results are recorded and shown in this table. Is the spinner fair? So is the spinner unbiased? So the spinner landed on 1, 20 times. It landed on 2, 45 times. It landed on 3, 20 times. It landed on 4, 21 times. And it landed on 5, 14 times. So the total number of spins is 20 plus 45 plus 20 plus 21 plus 14, which is 120. So these add up to 120. The relative frequency of landing on a 2 is 45 over 120, which is going to be 0.375. If the spinner was fair, we would expect a relative frequency of close to a fifth, or 0.2. Conclusion. The spinner is not fair, as the relative frequency is not close to the theoretical frequency even after 120 trials. So basically these numbers should be fairly close together, and they're not. 45 is much higher than most of the numbers. All the rest seem to be around 20 or less. So we would predict that the spinner is biased to landing on the 2. So there could be a weight put into the spinner to make it land on 2 more often. So this spinner is biased because the results, the numbers are not close together even after 120 trials. And remember, the more trials you do, the more realistic the results.